What the hell kind of question is that right there?
It's going to be a year, bro.
That they'll say, like, crap, coach wasn't scared.
Ain't no sunshine when he's gone. Welcome to the breakdown. We've got highlights from every game this weekend coming up, but sadly, my man OC is not here, but he is in visual representation. Look at that chin. Look at that facial structure. That right there, that is expensive. We're gonna miss him. I'm gonna try to hold it down without my guy. He would do the same for me. So I'm gonna ask for all of your help this show. This is interactive. We're gonna have a good time together. And we're going to start with our first game. The New England Patriots were looking to clinch the AFC East by beating the Buffalo Bills in Foxborough.
Motion man is Diggs, the former Bill. May up top, extending out. Wow. And tremendous grab. Shotgun for May. Oh, it's an option. And May cuts to the outside for the touchdown. Shotgun. May. He's going to run. Second score of the day. Drake Maye on the ground for the touchdown. Trying to win the division today here against the Bills. May steps up, fires it downfield. Terrific hands by Hollins. Henderson, he's going the distance, and he's gone. Motion man, Shakir. Allen will throw, catch made by Cook, and he waltzes in for the touchdown. 36-yard field goal, Borregales. Two-game lead in the division over the Bills. Borregales kicks it off. It's a deep one. Ray Davis is going to take it out of the end zone, a yard and a half deep. Davis has the hole. Davis accelerating and caught from behind as he crossed the 45. Allen faked the handoff, the roll and toss. Open man, Knox. Touchdown, Bills. 3rd and goal. Handoff. Cook trying to extend it. He got right to the goal line.
Jalen Hawkins with the final hit.
After review, the runner was in fact airborne and did cross the goal line with the ball. Therefore, it is a touchdown.
3rd and 25 with 1:39 to go in the 3rd. May. Deep ball, taking a shot downfield. What an effort by White. Tre'Davious White with the pick. They need to get to the 42. From the gun, deep drop. Allen hooks a pass, and it's a battle with a flag down. Shakir and Marcus Jones. And they're going to give the catch to Buffalo. Allen steps up. He's got room in front of him. Pulls the trigger. End zone. Touchdown. A bullet. Josh Allen to Dawson Knox.
Anybody who wants to say weak schedule, anybody who wants to say anything about them, these are the types of drives that they can show everyone.
Henderson bounces away, and Henderson is off to the races.
Look at May.
Does he have another one in him?
May sprung him.
He does. Touchdown. Goodbye. Travion Henderson. 3rd and 4. Allen. He throws it. Incomplete. It bounces off of Keon Coleman.
Pass interference. Defense number 7. Ball he placed it, spawn the foul. Automatic. 1st down.
2nd and 1.
Love being called a sick.
On a give. Cook slices through, and he takes it in for the touchdown. A silencer from Cook. On 4th down. May steps up. May buys time. It's deflected. Incomplete. And they turned it over on downs. Joey Bosa gets a piece. A sensational come-from-behind victory.
We stayed the course, stayed together, didn't ride the highs, didn't ride the lows. just told ourselves at halftime, we really felt like we were hurting ourselves in the first half. Going out there and just trying to execute each and every given play. Well, I think it's the love that each man in that locker room has for each other, the willingness to put their body on the line in order to not let their teammates down. And I think that's the driving force. It's the relationships in that room. And whether we're playing really good, whether we're playing really bad, this team, we're going to stick together and continue to fight and continue to try to find ways to win football games. And I think we saw that tonight.
You like that, don't you, OC? Josh Allen was amazing in the second half, but we're going to dig a little deeper into his plays. But first, we're going to check out Matthew Stafford. My man was cooking, another MVP frontrunner facing his former team, the Detroit Lions.
Ryan Branch out for the season. Kirby Joseph, their all-pro safety, hasn't played in weeks. Intercepted! Oh! Aiden Hutchinson! A clear path! Can he win the race? Hutchinson inside the 20, and he's tackled there! What a play from Aiden Hutchinson! From the 17, here's Goff in prime real estate, going deep. End zone is caught! Touchdown, Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Lions. Strike first. Kyron Williams gets it right up the middle and in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. On the play fake now, Stafford with time, loading up, going deep down the field. Puka Nacua, he's got it! They do that. Kyron Williams has number 2 on the day. Touchdown. Here's Goff. Pressure. He steps away and then floats one. Oh, come on! Amon-Ra St. Brown trying to beat everyone. That was unreal. 3rd and 5. Quick throw, screen. St. Brown gets a block. Amon-Ra spins his way to the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown, Lions. Goff going for it all. Jameson Williams, he's got it! Touchdown, Lions! Stafford, 17 seconds. Loaded up, going deep, has Nacua, he's got it! Down to the 20. Harrison Mevis from 37 yards out. Gets into this one and drills it up and through. Stafford now going to float one far corner. Brought in and caught for the touchdown. Colby Parkinson, what a catch. Yeah, again, the ruling on the field was touchdown. And so any score gets reviewed upstairs. So obviously the ruling was a catch. Zips one to Nacua. In stride. Puka Nacua. Fighting all covers, still going, down to the 11. Came into the game, first in the league in receptions, second in yards, and he's going off. They're going to run it here. Corum to the outside, and it's a touchdown. Four-man rush. Now going deep. Devontae Adams. Oh, no, Adams came up hurt there. He's been dealing with a hamstring injury in the middle of that route. He just started hobbling. Meanwhile, the Rams up 7, 4:55 to go. Stafford looking for more. On the rollout. Has Parkinson. He's in. Touchdown, L.A. Look at this. I got David Montgomery in a wildcat situation here. They are going to run it. Montgomery is in. Wow, that was a really patient run. And so the Rams beat the Lions to move to 11-3 on the year, and with it, they clinch a playoff berth.
I was proud of the way that we just, responded. We always talk about, let's not react, let's respond. And we don't have much time to be able to enjoy it. It's great to be able to punch a ticket to the playoffs. That's obviously always a goal, is to be able to give yourself a chance to play extra games after those 17 that you're guaranteed. But I love this football team, and I'm excited, about being able to start the preparation for Seattle. Our guys are starting recovery right now, and what a hell of a challenge we have coming up on Thursday.
You're also getting ready to welcome another child into the world. As you get ready to prepare for Seattle, what's your process for compartmentalization?
I mean, how do I answer that one, right, without you really putting me in a, obviously the family stuff is, what the hell kind of question is that right there? I'll tell you what, it's, here's the thing. We talk about being present all the time. I think this group did a great job being able to handle this first step of our weekly rhythm and our challenge. Obviously we're praying for a safe and healthy arrival of our second little boy. That'll be awesome. My wife is a total stud. My respect just watching and getting an up close and personal look at this. I could never do this stuff. But there's a lot of love. There's a lot of appreciation and a lot of gratitude. So we'll pray for a safe and healthy arrival. And then I'll be stressed out preparing for Seattle on a short week, but it's good stress.
We had two outstanding performances by these quarterbacks. And OC, I know you're not here, but you are in spirit. And I would tell you this. These guys are both in the MVP race. Let me break it down. Let's start with Josh Allen, who had a tremendous performance. Now, this is a money down. It's 3rd and 3. Look at this, man. You're chasing points, and he was the man in the second half. Now, let's break it down. Who do you want to have the ball? Of course, Josh Allen. But football is all about numbers. I want you to look at the center right here. To his left, you see 1, 2, it's going to be maybe 3 defenders in this area, and you have 3 blockers for this. Watch it play out now. Because of this, they can block everything up. You have somebody coming from depth. Look at this. Everybody's blocked up. So they win the numbers game, and then they have brute force with Josh Allen running the ball. This is where he is great at, especially in the red area, running the rock. Now, you're down here. You have to make it happen. Let me see some play design, some creativity, and that's exactly what you're going to get. As this plays right here, I want you to look at this tight end right here. This tight end is basically clearing right here, and he is getting this defender. He's walling him off because Knox right here, he's covering Knox, but look at where he is. So you are winning the leverage battle. Let it play. This is a great play design because of what the tight ends do for each other, making sure each other can break free. So Josh Allen delivers again. Now, this is cool because this is a money down. 3rd and goal. You are chasing points. Now, at this point, look at this. When you see this, when you see all this space, that's bad because they're supposed to contain Josh Allen. They've talked about it all. We got to keep him in the pocket. He comes out of the pocket and he makes a play down the field. And this is why you want to contain him because of throws like this. But obviously there's more than meets the eye. Let's break this down from the other angle. Let me tell you something about zone coverage. Let it play. I want you to look at him and I want you to stop this when he's in the pocket. Oh, this way. Okay, cool. Right about there. All right, look at this. At this point, everything is covered up. Look at the distribution from the defense, right? You have 3 players over 2, and you have 4 over 3. This is perfect. This is what zone coverage is supposed to be. But in zone coverage, you got about 2.5, 3 seconds, and then it breaks down. This is why we talk about extending plays and what that does to the coverage. It breaks down because you're going to see Dawson Knox come open because of that. The movement by Josh Allen, if you don't keep him in the pocket, he is going to dice you up with plays like that because your zone coverage cannot hold its structure long enough. Okay, next on the menu is Matthew Stafford of the LA Rams. I'm telling you, this guy is having an outstanding season, but he's getting a little help from Puka Nacua and Sean McVay, his head coach. Let's break this down. They love this condensed formation. What do I mean? Look at how close the receiver Puka Nacua is to the end man on the line. Why? Because this messes with the leverage of the defender. He might have a run fit. He might have to go inside, outside, but they are going to run their route to threaten the leverage of the defender. And that's what they do. See this little short motion? It's so important because it's making the defender shift at the last second. So he has to think. You want to get him thinking. Okay, you do that. Short motion. Boom. You get out there, you're lining up. Play action pass. Now, what I love about this is when you have the play action pass, usually the defensive backs that are disguising, they do that while his back is to them. But Matthew Stafford flips his head around, he identifies the coverage, and he attacks outside. Puka Nacua making it happen. One of the best, craftiest route runners. But look at this. This is genius. Take that back a little bit, Otis. Take that back a little bit for me. Just take it on back. Walk it on back. Look at what Puka's doing right here. Look at how he's threatening the leverage right here, gets Reed to flip his hips, and then goes around and attacks the ball. But I think this is time for a little interactivity because we don't have OC in here. So Otis, come to the stage. Come to the stage, Otis. This is your time. Everybody, this is Otis. This is the man behind the camera. Don't get too comfortable. It's only for a week.
I'm budget OC this week.
Oh, I like that. You're ready. You came in ready. Okay, we don't need the pointer. Now, what I want to do, Otis is a great route runner. He understands the craft of the receiver position. I want to break down what Puka is doing in that situation versus Reed, the corner. And I'm going to set it up like this. Reed had outside leverage. So for you to do an out and up, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to attack your blind spot.
My blind spot, right behind me. He's doing, because then that forces me to flip, and then what are you doing?
Then I can get back on top.
And then you can get back on top and stack me. And that's exactly what Puka Nacua did. The art of route running. Okay, I need you back over there. That's enough. That's enough. You're getting way too comfortable out here. But that's exactly what Puka Nacua does. Excellent. Thank you, Otis. You made it more fun. I told you this was interactive, but more about my man, Matthew Stafford. Now, what did I say? He's getting help from his head coach and Puka Nacua. Once again, look at this formation, right? You're forcing everybody to declare what they're doing by their formation. And then you're looking at Puka Nacua up top here in a man-to-man coverage situation with space. But look at this. This is what I love about Puka Nacua. He initiates contact. What do I mean? He wants smaller DBs to get close to him so he can use his physical nature and stature to cause separation. That's exactly what he does again. Matthew Stafford delivering. Look, when DB's on the ground, that is no good. And Puka Nacua attacks the ball in the air. Matthew Stafford just gives him a chance. And I talked about Sean McVay. Look at this. I want you to understand, we are chasing points here to LA Rams, right? Every play matters. This is magnificent. Why? Because you have to attack the weakness of the defense. What do I mean? The Detroit Lions were down at the safety position. They were playing with two backups. So what do? You say, I want to challenge those guys. This is a backup safety. He doesn't play a lot. I'm not going to say his name because I protect the guilty. You know, that's how I get down. But you put a tight end up here versus a backup safety. And what you are trying to do is see if you get this matchup. And you do. He alerts it, he knows it, they look at each other, and look what Matthew Stafford does. Delivers to the outside, attacks the weakness of the defense, comes down with a big-time play. So not only is Matthew Stafford dicing you up with his arms, Sean McVay is dicing you up with his mind, and that's a formula for success when you talk about the MVP race. All this conversation about MVP, all week long, the young gun, the former MVP, the old wily veteran. This was a big week. And when it came down to it, it was who out of these two outperformed each other? Drake Maye, I hear you, you had a year, but right now, this guy, he beat you out. And I'm gonna tell you right now, there is no one more valuable to his team than Josh Allen. I mean, it's the Josh Allen show. Everything they do is around him and his performance. But right now, you cannot deny this man, Matthew Stafford. The way he is playing, the Rams, they can win the Super Bowl, and it's because him, the moments he makes, the plays he makes. Sean McVay is his offensive play caller. Matthew Stafford, right now is my MVP candidate, but oh my goodness, it's not over. We got a lot of games left, and the end of the season is going to decide all this. I want you to let me know, out of these three, or who do you think can be the MVP? OC, who do you think? I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. It's all about us right now. Let us know who you think the MVP is. Matthew, it's going to be a year, bro. As a girl dad, you deserve it. I understand, man. It's Christmas time, man. You deserve it. Plus, look at that beard, man. He's been through a lot. That man's been through a lot, man. He's got still, that gray lets you know. All right, it's time to go no huddle. And because OC isn't here, I get to choose where we start. Trevor Lawrence, how could they ever make me doubt you? He had 381 total yards and scored 6 touchdowns this week. It might have been against the Jets, who were starting their third quarterback this season, but the Jaguars have now won 5 in a row and lead the AFC South. Jaguars 48, the Jets 20. Jacksonville keep on winning, and so do the Houston Texans. And it wasn't all about their defense this time. Their offense scored 17 points in the first 9 minutes against the Cardinals. C.J. Stroud threw 3 touchdowns in the game, and Nico Collins caught 3 passes for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now that is efficient. The Texans now have won 6 in a row and are 9-2 since week 4. It's not over till it's over, but it's over for the Kansas City Chiefs, who are eliminated from the playoffs. It was another ugly showing by the offense for the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes was trying to make a play and went down with a knee injury that was later confirmed to be a torn ACL. Gardner Minshew came in the game and threw a game-losing interception to Derwin James. The Chiefs have played in 7 straight AFC Championship games, but their season ends before Christmas in 2025. The Chargers 16, the Chiefs 13. And they weren't the only big name eliminated this week. Joe Burrow and the Bengals' slim hopes for the playoffs ended as they put up 0 points against the Ravens. Kyle Van Noy picked off a Burrow pass and was smart enough to slip it to the faster guy, Gilman, who ran it back all the way to the house. That is a smart veteran move. Burrow said afterward that no team in the NFL would have won with him playing so badly at quarterback. That was brutal. The Ravens 24, the Bengals nothing. The Philadelphia Eagles have lost their last 3 games, so they must have had a big old smile on their face when the Raiders showed up to Lincoln Financial Field. Jalen Hurts threw 3 touchdowns and Saquon Barkley ran for a touchdown as the Eagles offense started firing again, of course, against the Raiders. A.J. Brown finished things off with a 27-yard touchdown. Everybody's happy in Philly for a week at least. The Eagles 31, the Raiders nothing. And finally, it doesn't feel like anybody's talking about the San Francisco 49ers, but they are now 10-4 after beating the Titans. Jawan Jennings has scored a touchdown in 5 of his last 6 games, and he found the end zone twice here. Despite all of their injuries, the 49ers will be a tough matchup for anyone in the playoffs. So we've seen the Rams and the 49ers, but now we're going to take a look at a game featuring the other contender from the NFC West, the Seattle Seahawks. But this game wasn't really about the Seahawks. The biggest story in football this whole week was the news that Philip Rivers, yes, I said Philip Rivers, was coming out of retirement to play for the Indianapolis Colts. A 44-year-old in his first game in 5 years going up against one of the best defenses in the NFL? Let's take a look.
And now Rivers to the air. Lost his footing, gets back up. He wasn't touched, and now he goes down. His career long is 57. And Groupie, does he have the distance? He does. Blake Groupie knocks it through. 2nd down and 18. Darnold steps up, trying to elude the rush. Pump fakes, lost the football after a big hit by Nick Cross, but it goes out of bounds. 3rd down and 4. Rivers, and he's got a man, touchdown! That's Josh Downs, and that's Philip Rivers with a touchdown pass. The 422nd touchdown pass of his career. And Myers is good again, and that's the final play of the first half. And Myers kicks it away. This is Abdullah from the 2. Amir Abdullah across the 30. He's got some room. Abdullah jumping over Myers. Darnold to the air on 1st down, and looking deep down the field, he's got Shaheed. 3rd down and 3. Darnold over the middle. He's got Smith and Jigba. Smith and Jigba inside the 20 and out of bounds. Is now trying to settle for a 4th Myers field goal, 32 yards away, and it is good. High snap. Rivers juggles it, and he's taken down. Rivers watching as Darnold operates the Seattle offense. Play action. Darnold steps up, throws on the run, and he's got a man. Smith in Jigba breaks free. Smith and Jigba down the sideline and pushed out of bounds by Bynum. Darnold to the end zone, incomplete. Myers is good. 3rd and 7. Rivers down the sideline, adjustment and catch by Pierce. A chance to put Indy on top. Groupie from 60. It is good! Groupie delivers! So maybe enough time for Seattle to get in field goal range. Shaheed fields it. That was close to going out of bounds. Shaheed on the return, and good field position for Seattle out to the 37-yard line. Darnold has time, fires, and it's caught by Shaheed. In Colts territory at the 47, and cannot stop the clock. Myers, kick on the way, and it is good! Myers delivers! Rivers down the middle of the field, and it is intercepted! Deflected and picked off by Kobe Bryant! This is just the fourth time in franchise history the Seahawks have won a game without scoring a touchdown.
What were your emotions throughout this game and then now?
Grateful. Grateful. Running out for warm-ups and all that, and out there for the anthem. And as the game just got going, I was just thankful, grateful that I was out there. And it was a blast. It was a blast, but obviously the emotions now are disappointment, right? Disappointment. This isn't about me. We got a team that was scrapping like crazy to try to stay alive and get in the postseason. So obviously we're all disappointed. Came up just short. The game kind of played out almost kind of how we thought it was going to play out in terms of how we were going to win the game. Kind of one of those grinded out kind of games, and we didn't find a way to get it done. Is the bottom line. Well, this isn't the motivation, but I do think that maybe it will. I don't know, inspire or teach. To not to run or be scared of what may or may not happen. Hopefully, certainly I think of my sons and those ball players, that I'm in charge of at the school. That they'll say like, "Crap, coach wasn't scared." You know what I mean? It's like, shoot. Sometimes there is doubt, and it's real, and again, you can the guaranteed safe bet is to go home or to not go for it, and the other one is shoot. Let's see what happens.
Now I've played against Phillip Rivers, and he is the ultimate competitor. But that interview told me everything I needed to know or hear about what Phillip Rivers thinks about this moment. Let it play. What do I mean? Some things are not about the breakdowns. They're about a moment. As a person that's a father, I look for opportunities to tell my child, my daughter, about overcoming adversity. And that's all he did. He was speaking to all those young people he coached. He was telling them he might be nervous. This is a challenge. He's always putting them in positions where they have to overcome things, but now he's showing them that he's just like them. And he has to go up there, and no matter what happens, he can have ups and he can have downs, but he bounces back. And that's exactly what he did. That's what this sport is beautiful for. It doesn't matter what level you play on. It gives you opportunities to overcome adversity, whether you win or lose. How do you bounce back? Do you keep thriving, keep striving, keep trying? And that's what Phillip Rivers showed the NFL community at large, and I applaud you, and OC would too. Fantastic performance, just showing a lot of young people how to go out there and face adversity with a smile on your face, or maybe not. So we were talking about MVP candidates earlier, and I could hear the Bronco fans shouting at the top of their lungs, "What about Bo Nix?" And I say, well, what about Bo Nix? And we're gonna see how he played as the Denver Broncos met the Green Bay Packers.
Micah has played 4 different positions already. Now he's at D tackle right here.
Here's your hut 1, hut 2, Tony, and the give to Harvey, and he's got it. Aggressively tackled, football comes out. McManus from 53 hugs the upright, and it's good. 3rd and 3.
There's the legs go.
Going to throw it instead, and he's going to make the connection. With Bandy in the end zone for the touchdown. Love looking downfield, lofting to the end zone. It's Jacobs with the catch. Oh, my goodness. What a grab by the running back. 2nd and 2 inside 4 minutes, first half. Nix, wide open is Sutton. Sutton holds on to it. They've been a dangerous team in the last 2 minutes, and Sutton has caught 4 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes of the first half. Here he is on 2nd and goal. Nix throwing, goal line, and it's a touchdown. Meanwhile, Jacobs, no one near him, taken off. Jacobs to the end zone for his longest touchdown run. Right now. We'll watch the play first because they're going deep. They're going deep, and stepping in front is Surtain with the pick, and Watson was hurt. Surtain high stepping and slipping by one tackle attempt. Nix, end zone bound, pulled in. Are the feet down? Yes. Nick, out of the backfield's Mims. He gets the ball and able to spin out of the tackle. Great effort by Mims. Oh, Parsons. Parsons is down.
Watch this rush. He goes outside, slips underneath, and as soon as he goes to change direction right there,
oh boy. You got Watson going out earlier. You got Parsons now. On a 2nd and 15. Nix to the end zone. Franklin has it. Toss. Nope. Harvey trying to find something. Gary gonna assume more of a role here with Parsons out. Nix, good pass. What a strike. Again, goes for the deeper pass, and this time it's caught. Toss. Harvey looking for his 10th touchdown of his rookie year. Across the middle, intercepted. It's Moss. Packers have got to have it. Not going to get a pass away. Love heaves it. Incomplete. Bo Nix wins his 9th straight game against an NFC opponent.
Denver, a ton of credit. That's a really good football team. I thought it was a dogfight for most of the game, and then they kind of ran away with it in the second half. But it was also a double whammy for us, just losing some pieces that are critical for our success. But that's the name of the game. I told the guys nobody's going to feel sorry for us, and we got to rally around one another, and everybody's going to have to elevate their play.
Initial belief that Micah tore his ACL.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. So I'll leave it at that.
300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Some guys in the locker room after were saying that you play the best in big moments. What is it about the big moments that you rise to that occasion and play your best?
The guys around me do the same. Thought the skill guys, they balled today, and I thought our O-line played as good as they have played, since I've been here. They kept me completely clean. They battled their butt off. They played with great tempo. They knocked them, around as best they could, and I thought our guys responded because of it. We were able to get open, find some completions. Bandy with his first. That was, awesome to see, especially getting us going like that. And then just having 4 different guys score big touchdowns like that is huge. Being able to score points and not kick field goals is, in a game like that, that's usually the difference maker.
Now, they have a Super Bowl defense when you talk about the Denver Broncos, but all the pressure is going to be on their quarterback, Bo Nix. And before we get started, I have to break this down. This is better than any clip we can put up here, because right now, you got a guy looking at you, and he's telling you, have you thought about your retirement? Have you thought about insurance? Because this man looks like a top-flight banker. He's got all the products to sell you, and he is convincing. And I want to show you exactly how he does this, because he does it with his mind and his arm talent. Now, in this situation, you got Courtland Sutton down here in a one-on-one, and this is exactly what Bo Nix wants. But he has to find a way to freeze the defensive back to make sure this can open up. Look at it, let it play. I want you to see this subtlety in his game. Look at him just looking over here. He's looking over here to the left because he wants to get the safety over here to lean towards the traffic so he can throw to the one-on-one, and that's exactly what he does. Courtland Sutton in the end zone. These two have great chemistry. Now, I love this play design by his head coach and play caller, Sean Payton. Look at this right here. Bo Nix has to deliver. The subtleties back here, stepping up in the pocket, making it happen. But there is more that meets the eye. It's the play design. I want you to look at this, the defense they're getting. Now, in this situation, this is called inverted cover 2. What does that mean, J. Bell? It means the corner, who usually plays up here in cover 2, is playing back in this half. The safety's playing in this half. And now you got a guy who is usually not in this position. So who do you want to threaten? Who do you want to make life difficult for? It is him. Let it play. This is called a scissors route. Where? Why? Look at right here. You have these two guys. He's supposed to be over the top of both of them. So he's in a conflict right now. He needs to decide who is he going to cover, right? Who is he going to take away? Let it play again. Oh, I am wrong. And Bo Nix delivers a strike. So it's the play design and the execution. This is what I love about this offense and Bo Nix. Now, we talked about this before. Courtland Sutton, he's the one-on-one killer. Whenever he's matched up one-on-one, you want to get him the ball, but you don't want to make it obvious. So look at Bo Nix back here. He takes a quick look. See that? Take that back. Take it back. Look at this. Look at this quick look. It's going to be subtle. Before he gets a snap, let it play again. Look at his head. Look at his head. Keep it going. Keep going. It's a quick look. He's going to get that quick look. Okay, you're down there. You're man to man. I got you. So now what do I have to do? I got to hold the safety. So I need to look this direction because I want this safety to kind of lean towards the left because what am I going to do? I'm going to throw back to the one-on-one, but I don't want you to get there in time. That little bit of hesitation allowed the safety to be off to not help the corner, and that is what him and Courtland Sutton do well. But I told you before, this team, if they make it to the Super Bowl or a deep run in the playoffs, it is this defense. And if you're going to be good on defense, you got to have playmakers on both levels, in the back and in the front. And I'm going to talk about the back first. This man right here, number 2, Patrick Surtain Jr. I played with his daddy. His daddy was nice too. Look at this play out right here. This guy's playing outside leverage on this receiver. Jordan Love, one of the best deep ball throwers in the game. Look at him go through Watson and make this play. This is unbelievable because I want you to take that back a little bit. I want you to understand he's on the outside leverage. We talked about, me and Otis were breaking down leverage earlier. He has to play through the receiver to come down with the ball. He does that, no pass interference, jumps, plays the ball in the air, doesn't knock it down, gets an interception. He is a playmaker, and this is why they're so deadly on defense. You don't want to throw at him. And this front four, they just eat. Watch this front four up here attack this offensive line. Every one-on-one they get, they condense the pocket. Look at how they just strangle and suffocate Love. He has nowhere to go. He can't step up. He can't step out. He has to just take the heat. And that is the thing. When you can bring 4 and break down an offensive line like this, you can play more zone coverage in the back. And we see what happens if you throw the ball up in the back. You got playmakers everywhere. This team, do not be surprised if they're in the Super Bowl. If Bo Nix continues to play at this level and this defense dominates, they can beat anybody. Now, I couldn't wait to watch this matchup because I wanted to see who was going to be the more dominant team between the Broncos and the Packers. Now, the Packers get a loss, and losing Micah Parsons to a torn ACL, I believe, is detrimental to this team because everything on that defense rotated around him. But you still have Jordan Love in this offense. This team can find a way to bounce back. They were one of the best teams, in my opinion, in the NFC. Let's see how they respond. I miss you. I'm talking to you, OC. Okay, we got 5 more games to get to, starting in Chicago. The Chicago Bears took care of business at home against the Cleveland Browns. It was a chilly minus 13 degrees at kickoff in this one, but Caleb Williams was red hot. He scorched the Brown defense, throwing for 2 touchdowns, including this one to DJ Moore. And just look at this throw. Oh my gosh, it doesn't matter what the weather is. This man can deliver. I hope he has your holiday items. The Bears 31s, the Browns 3. At thrilling Thursday night football, we saw as the Atlanta Falcons come from 28-14 down in the fourth quarter to beat the Buccaneers. Kyle Pitts had a career day, catching 3 touchdowns from Kirky Cousins. And Zane Gonzalez finished things off with a walk-off field goal. Despite getting Mike Evans back, Tampa could be in trouble when it comes to making the playoffs. The Falcons 29, the Buccaneers 28. However, things would have looked a lot worse for the Buccaneers if it wasn't for Tyler Shough and Charlie Smith and the New Orleans Saints. They came from behind in the fourth quarter to beat the Carolina Panthers. Tyler hit Chris Olave for a touchdown to level the scores, and then Northern Ireland's own Charlie Smith hit a 47-yard walk-off field goal. The Panthers and the Bucks play each other twice in the final 3 weeks of the season. That's going to be an exciting finish to the division. The Saints 20, the Panthers 17. I don't care if there were no playoff implications between the Commanders and the Giants. These teams hate each other. But Washington got off to a feel-good win on the road with Terry McLaurin catching a 51-yard touchdown pass from Marcus Mariota. I don't talk with any compassion when the Giants lose. The Commanders 29, the Giants 21. And finally, J.J. McCarthy took down Jerry at Jerry World. The Vikings were already eliminated from playoff contention, but they beat the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. McCarthy followed up an impressive display last weekend with another good performance here, throwing for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns, both to Jalen Naylor. The Vikings 34, the Cowboys 26. Harrison Smith had a great interview after the game and said it's a pleasure to play on Sunday night. It's time for the playoff picture. I do love a good playoff picture. When we look over at the division leaders, the Broncos have clinched the playoffs with that win, and you gotta be excited if you are a Jacksonville fan. My goodness, they are playing well. But there's gonna be a battle between the Steelers and the Ravens to get their division lead. And when you look at the rest of this playoffs, it is tasty on the AFC side. Let's go over to the NFC. But you know what? We usually throw to OC, so we're gonna have to channel some inner OC. And one thing about OC is his dialect. It just changes. Mine is very high pitched. His is a little toned down. So OC would say, in the NFC, you see the Rams. They've clinched the playoffs. And Jay Bell, when you look at the Buccaneers right now, they're going to have to go head-to-head with the Panthers. And we don't want a sad face sandwich for the Panthers, but they're going to have to go toe-to-toe to see who gets that other spot. And if you're a Packers fans right now, you have a wild card position, but you've lost maybe arguably the best defensive player in the league in Micah Parsons. I'm sorry, OC, that was offensive, but I was trying. The Lions, man, they got to find their way in the playoffs. I can't believe they're in the hunt. These last games in the NFL will be fantastic. I didn't know how hard it was to do OC's voice. What a beautiful man. It's that time that everybody loves in the show. What have we learned? Well, we have learned this. Ain't no sunshine when he's gone. It's not warm when he's away. We miss you, OC. That is what we know, undisputable. But that's it for us here. And we've made it this far, and it's time for a little Christmas trivia. So I have a question for you. We looked at Phillip Rivers. He's been in the league a long time. And he's the 4th quarterback to play this season who has been sacked by our OC Umenyiora. Can you name the other 3? Please give me your answers in the comments below. We'll give you a shout out. And anybody who gets it correct, you know we will pump you up on this show. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, having conversations, telling all your friends. If you want to give something that somebody would love for Christmas, it's our show. They would love it. They would always think of you when they watched it. We appreciate you, and we couldn't do it without this man. He'll be back. He is the man. He is the legend. See you next week.